Hey Fools, I'm Joel South. Today we're continuing the Ask a Fool series. The question we have today is from Thomas, and the question is, with more LNG export licenses expected to be announced, what is the future of Cheniere Energy and Chesapeake Energy? That's a very good question. Something that's it's really talked about right now with recent LNG exportation licenses recently being announced. So really what I like about Cheniere is they still have a huge arbitrage situation since the gas prices in the United States are so cheap and international markets are so much higher. They're one of the first mover advantages. Basically 2015, they'll have their first 2 trains online from the Sabine Pass facility ready to start exporting to foreign markets. So obviously that gives them a leg up. When you look at the United States, what you have to worry about is if too much competition comes online, either domestically or from international players, then the prices will start having downward pressure. However, if you look at the United States, which is good news for Cheniere, is yes, there have been recent export licenses granted, and there's supposed to be a lot of movement this way, but this is really going to be capped. A lot of the worry about exporting LNG is the price that it will do domestically. So they're basically, what estimates are, we're looking about 5 to 6 billion cubic feet a day of capped capacity. And if you look at the licenses that are still out there, there's about 20 of them. Basically, if all of them were passed, this would be detrimental to Cheniere business. But since they're going to cap it, I do think that they still have a long-term viable shot to hit a lot of these markets. So with that said, some of the worries globally, if the rest of the world, countries like Argentina, China, Canada so much right now, if they start really increasing their shale gas production and exporting into the markets, Canada already has 5 facilities in the works on the West Coast, 2 on the East Coast that they can start moving to. However, Argentina and China, although they have vast natural gas and oil shale resources, they really haven't found an economic way to tap them yet. So if more of these countries came online, that would also be very detrimental. With that said, Cheniere is in a good place because their first mover advantage and because the United States is really loaded with low-cost natural gas producers. Companies like Ultra Petroleum and EQ2 Energy basically can go out and produce natural gas for about $3. With Henry Hub about $4, Cheniere really has a great advantage over the next few years. So with that said, you now asked about Chesapeake, one of the producers. Obviously, they're in a great position. Anytime that natural gas is exported, obviously, that will put slight pressure upwards on natural gas, which is great news for Chesapeake, who is a company that around Henry Hub prices of about $4, they can start profiting on their natural gas position. They're obviously in a number of great shells. Right now they are targeting more oil, but they're still the second largest natural gas producer. So any increase in natural gas prices obviously is very big for Chesapeake. They're a great company with great assets, and they're still trading very cheap. So as an investor, they're still a great company. The one worry about them is their debt situation and what they're going to do or what assets they're going to have to divest to cover their funding gap. Obviously, that's still an ongoing story. They're kind of waiting for the asset prices to start increasing. Last year, we saw a number of deals put together that were really under the market value. So with Chesapeake, that is something that you'll have to watch this year, is they're covering their debt situation. However, they're a great player, and with natural gas prices and LNG exportations expected to increase, it really sets up nicely for them. I'm Joel South. Thanks a lot, and Fool on.